Hey everyone, jennabugger here, and welcome back to my channel for day 9 of my 12 builds of Christmas. For those of you that are new, I am so glad you stopped by, and I hope you all enjoyed this build. Today is a base game Christmas house, and I'm going to put a disclaimer out there right from the get-go. I did attempt another starter, but it was stressing me out, like big time, trying to stick within the budget, and I just decided I started working on the interior, which is not what you guys see, but I started working on it, and I was just like, I don't like anything. I was trying to be super cheap with the furniture, and I just wasn't liking it, and I wasn't feeling it, and I was just like, no, okay, I'm just throwing that out the window. We'll just do base game Christmas house. It's not going to be a starter. So it is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath because of that. But I still am pretty happy with how it turned out. This is the shape of it is I took some inspiration from a picture that I googled, and I just thought it was a very interesting shape for a house, so I copied it basically. Yeah, so we are in the inside working on the floor plan. I'm actually pretty proud of myself for kind of stepping out of my comfort zone and really working on these floor plans, and I've gotten to the point where I've even been able to show you guys my process, which I think is really awesome. But definitely when I started, I used to have to look up floor plans to do the builds, and I just couldn't come up with floor plans on my own. So I feel like I've come a little ways, so I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, now that we have the floor plan figured out, I am moving on to the landscaping. Like I said earlier, because this originally was going to be a starter, I used a lot of debug items for the landscaping. That totally just sounded like almost like a Christmas storyline. Remember when he is helping his dad with the tire, and the bolts fall, and he was like, "Oh fudge!" But yeah. Sorry, totally like random. Just yeah. Anyways, back to the landscaping. Yeah. So a lot of it was debug items. Actually, the live edit objects. Just because I was trying to save save a penny here and there. Later on, I do go in when I put down the terrain paint, which I do off camera. I do change some of the bushes out because the coloring, I did not like them. Some of the bushes were red, and I just didn't like how it was matching. So I did switch those out for just some bushes that were from the regular buy menu, because I at that point no longer cared to keep it within a budget. Yeah, so I spend entirely too long, in my opinion, on these dang Christmas lights that don't ever want to, well, I don't know if ever is the right way to put it, but they just were not cooperating with me, and I couldn't put them on evenly, and it really bugged me. But yeah, you'll see right here, I tried putting them over on this side, and I go back and realize that they're like way far behind. Like, let's see, it's coming up, I know it. Where is it? It's coming. Right here. Yeah, see, I noticed that they were so far behind the fence that at that point I was just like, I don't even care. I don't even care at this point. They're going away. I got the front done, and that's good enough. So, yeah. Anyways, just working on the Christmassy decorations, because obviously we don't have that that tote that that came with the seasons to easily decorate the outside. So I used these snowflake string lights, and I did consider, as you can see, moving the windows down which because they are kind of clipping through and everything. But the lesser of two evils, in my opinion, is the windows and the string lights clipping, on top of each other and stuff, versus the counters and windows not lining up. That is, I think I've mentioned it before, but I really don't like it. And it's not necessarily other people's builds, but just my builds personally. I don't like having the windows too far down. Like, it has to be just level or above the counters. It can't go below the counters. It's just one of my things that anyways, just putting some of these presents around. I really like how it turned out. It almost looks like a Christmas morning, in my opinion. So it just looks like lots of presents, which, now that I'm thinking about it, was probably overkill, considering this is only one bedroom. So at most there would be maybe 3 Sims, a couple and a baby that you could fit in here. So that might have been overkill, but maybe they're having, it's non-COVID times and they're having, lots of people over or something. I don't know, but it looked really nice, so I did it. And then of course this curtain right here was giving me issues, but I ended up keeping it because everything else just wasn't working out any better. So at least it's the same curtains, even if it's not level with the rest of them. So I really kind of like the color scheme in here. I went with the blues and dark browns, and I just really liked how it turned out that way. So we are moving on to this tiny little, could you even call it a hallway? I guess technically it's hallway, but we have this open area right here that leads into the kitchen. But anyways, just doing something a little bit here in the hallway, and then I end up using these I don't even know what it's called, but it's in the ceiling decorations, just kind of that string of snowflakes. And now we are on the kitchen. There's lots of blue and lots of white. I was not planning on using this tile. I did kind of go through, because I was having such a hard time originally trying to stick within budget and everything. I did kind of go in off camera to try to figure out what I was doing, and this was not the tile that I was planning on using, but I just saw it and tried it, and I was like, ooh, you know what, I actually like that. So it stayed. It might be a little too busy for your guys' taste, but I was starting to feel a little more what's the word, just I wanted to do something different. We're over the hump of 12 builds of Christmas. We're getting towards the end. I've done a lot of Christmas builds, so I'm trying to do some other things to keep it somewhat fresh. So yeah. Anyways, just cluttering up the counters. Nothing too crazy. Obviously, this is just the base game and holiday pack, so there's not a ton of items to really go through and clutter things up with, which that it is a nice change of pace. I feel like I might try to do some more base game builds here shortly. I cannot talk all of a sudden. I might consider doing some more base games, because it was a nice change of pace to not have to just go through tons and tons of items. Don't get me wrong, I love all the items, that I can use, but it's nice to be a little more simpler. So yeah, and then here, this is something that I used to do all the time, and I never really showed it, but these china cabinets I'm not super familiar with, so I literally pulled all of them out to see which would match better, which actually in the end I don't even keep that, so it's kind of I went through all that effort and I didn't even keep it, because there is actually a wall decoration that has a couple plates on it, which I placed that to make it seem more open. So, oh, I just had to like take a deep breath for some reason. Yeah, so anyways, the bathroom, again, just for simplicity's sake, I use the same tile and wall tile as I did in the kitchen. That really helps out if you guys are doing builds and everything. And I actually think I learned this trick from Simlissy. But just to kind of streamline your builds, you can do this to make the bathrooms go a little bit faster. And that bathroom, actually, I did have to go in and flip it around because I always forget which side of the shower or the bathtub that you have to place the toilet and stuff in order for it to for you to use the bathtub. So it is flipped. I did get a screenshot of that, so the screenshots will reflect the final product. And then we're just onto the bedroom here, which isn't too much. I do go a little bit with cluttering up the dresser just because I knew there wasn't going to be much else in here. So there's just a lot of your classic cluttering items for a bedroom / bathroom. I know you could use these lotions and stuff in there as well, but yeah, and then just like I said, just really worked on cluttering this up and like just the orientation of everything. Anyways, we are coming up to the screenshots now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider leaving it a thumbs up. If you'd like to stick around, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, leave any comments or suggestions down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.